Chelsea versus Leeds United. Very difficult game for Chelsea. I think after they lost in the first leg 3-1 at Elland Road, Leeds United are now coming to Stamford Bridge. And for their mind now, they won't come beat us again. But then these are our opportunities to get our revenge, extend our winning run in the Premier League to 5 consecutive wins, and also strengthen our push for a top four finish and Champions League qualification. So a lot of we have this like this game has a lot of importance to us. We cannot just play it casually like one careless team like that. Obviously, Leeds United are having a good season too. They have had decent results, decent performances against top teams, and whenever you play against them, underrating them, they will then humiliate you. They will always cause you problems. So Chelsea will definitely approach this game with very, very big seriousness. Liam Rosenio said that he's aware of the threat Leeds United pose to opponents and their first leg results against Chelsea, that does not bother him. That what he has in mind is this one that he's facing them on Tuesday. So I'm also okay with the fact that he understands that he's coming up against a very difficult team to play against with quality players, a very good manager. Daniel Fark has actually been doing good as Leeds United manager this season. And then with their players, the likes of Ethan Ampadu, who was a Chelsea academy player, Ampadu, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Bogo, the guy that scored their first goal against Nottingham Forest, Noah Okafor, who is finding form and scoring goals now. Who else? Who else? They have a lot of players. Even Facundo Bonanote, who was at Chelsea on loan earlier in the season, is now with Leeds United. So he's not a Chelsea player. He's a Nottingham Forest. He's a Brighton player. So he can play against Chelsea tomorrow. He's also a good player. So they have threats. They have people who can cause you problems, especially if you don't take them serious or if you see them as a team that you can comfortably disperse. Then that's where the problem comes in for Chelsea. But the good thing is that I think there is this high spirit within the Chelsea team now, and everybody wanting to impress the new manager, everybody wanting to stake a permanent claim in the starting team that will actually help Chelsea now to maintain momentum. And also the fact that we have 4 consecutive wins in the Premier League, everybody would want to do all their best to continue with that run. Leeds United is obviously a very winnable game. We just have to come out with the right mindset, the right approach, and bear in mind that we are coming up against a very physical team because they play very physical football. Bear in mind that we are coming up against a physical team like Leeds United, and then we'll see how the game unfolds. I'm very sure that Liam Rosenio will also start a very strong lineup in this game, just like he did against Wolves. The lineup that started the Wolves game, we are okay. Then he now started doing substitutions later in the game when the game already was killed off. Now against Leeds United, I expect the same thing. Start up a very strong team for us. Say if you can be able to get the goals in the first half, feel comfortable, then you can make your substitutions in the second half. But we don't want a situation where we'll start this game from the first half and we are already struggling. Like I said, Leeds United will cause you all manner of problems if you don't take them serious. So I'm going to be mentioning the players that I feel like Liam Rosenio will be fielding in this game, especially from the beginning of the game. Obviously, Kopama got a hat-trick in Chelsea's last game, and he was also substituted earlier in that game around the 60-something minutes because already the game was settled 3 goals ahead, even though they got 1 goal later. It was still safe to remove him. So he's fresh and he trained also. I've seen the team news from Liam Rosenio after his press conference today. Everybody, Rhys James is also available to play in this game. Andre Santos, who sustained an injury against Wolves, is back for this game. That was not a serious injury. I think it was just discomfort for him and he had to be substituted, but he has strength and is available to play in this game also, which is a good thing for us. The only absentees for this game are the regular absentees that we've always had this season, the likes of Cowell, Romeo Lavia, Dario Sugo, who have started field trainings, but they are still not there fitness-wise to play in games for now. So every other person that we have been seeing all this while is fit. Estava William is available to play, Garnacho and everything. So I think in goal we'll be starting Robert Sanchez, obviously. Jorgensen is still not yet fit, according to reports. So we'll be starting Robert Sanchez. The centre-back partnership of Fofana and Chalobah should be starting this game. But considering the fact that Fofana started the game against Wolves, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Chalobah and Badiashile against Leeds United. I don't want it, but I would not be surprised to see them, considering the fact that Fofana just started the game against Wolves on Saturday, and it's just 3 days interval, and he's already starting this game against Leeds United. So I highly doubt that he will be starting. So we might see Chaloba and Badiashile as in central defense. There is also an opportunity that we'll be seeing Mamadou Sarr and Chaloba in central defense too, because he was not even in the match day squad against Wolves. But then this is an opportunity for him to get into the team. Maybe he was just allowed the time to acclimatize with the environment, familiarize with teammates, and also get a grip of what the Chelsea um, um, tactics and everything they are doing is all about before he can be allowed to be participating in games. Now, I think he has had enough time. He has sat out one game since he returned, and I want to see him in this game against Leeds United. Even if he's not playing as a starter, he can be a substitute later in the game. Then, as a right back, Malogusto, obviously, Rhys James, considering the fact that he just returned from an injury, a minor injury, I don't think he'll be starting this game. So we might be seeing Malogusto at right back, obviously Cucurella at left back. Then in central midfield, that midfield partnership of Andre Santos and Caicedo. Since Santos is fit, nothing happened to him. We can still see Santos and Caicedo starting as a pivot. Then Enzo Fernandez a little bit forward. Cole Palmer on the left flank. Pedro Neto on the right flank. Sorry, Cole Palmer on the right flank. Pedro Neto on the left flank. I'm sorry. And then Joao Pedro as the number 9. This is what I feel like the starting lineup might be. But the manager might have other plans and ideas depending on what the opponent brings forward. Remember, they have very physical players, so we are supposed to match their physicality. And that is also the reason why I feel like that midfield should be at least choked up a bit, meaning that we have Andre Santos, Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez, and also Kopama, who can drop into midfield at some point. Joao Pedro also has that ability to drop into midfield somehow. So we need to actually approach them with the physicality that they usually bring on, match their physicality, and then you start a better chance of winning this game against Leeds United. Another thing is to be clinical in front of goal. Joao Pedro has not scored in the last 2 games now, but obviously it was very important in the game against Wolves. 2 penalties that we scored, he was the person that won it. So that is okay. But I hope that he scores in this game against Leeds United. We need everybody to be clinical in this game. Be you a starter, be you a substitute. We just need to continue racking up our points, ensuring that we actually achieve our goals for this season. You understand? So I'm sure it's going to be a very good game for us. And then for the central defenders, you guys should actually be worried of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Noah Okafor has actually picked form recently, so he's not going to be an easy opponent to play against. You just have to take out errors from your game, because those strikers, even though they don't trouble you much, they'll always capitalize on mistakes from center backs. So your ability to cut out unnecessary mistakes will actually help us a lot. And then we also need to prioritize maintaining our clean sheet in games, because I've not really understood the reason why, even when we are winning games comfortably recently, 3-0 wins, and all of a sudden we are conceding one goal to make it 3-1. It does not really make sense. These are games that we are already in control of, and we can actually maintain our clean sheet. That clean sheet is so important, especially for the goalkeeper's confidence and all of that. Usually see the frustration from Robert Sanchez anytime he concedes careless goals, especially in games where we are winning comfortably 2 or 3 goals ahead and he's conceding. It does not make sense. After being in charge of games like that, we are expected to control the game better. We are expected to cut out unnecessary mistakes because the pressure has reduced. There is no intensity in the game again. It's just all about us controlling the game until the duration of the 90 minutes ends. But it's very, very disappointing when we win games, play very good, and then end up conceding unnecessarily. So I feel like this is something we actually need to cut out from our game as soon as possible. The gap between David Raya and Sanchez in the clean sheets ranking now is like up to 3 or 4 games, which is not good. Once upon a time, it was just one clean sheet ahead of Sanchez. Now it's up to 3 or 4. So we actually need to do that. Everybody needs to pay full attention to details in this game, knowing fully well that we are coming up against a very good opponent as well that can cause us problems. Remember, they defeated us in the first leg, and they will not hesitate to win us again in this second leg. But let's see how that goes now. So thank you very much. I will see you after the Chelsea game for the match reaction. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do now, like this video, drop a comment, and I'll see you soon.